morning to Janet and the rest of the crew. Hope you had a good night's sleep, and it looks like a beautiful day to take a walk.
Good morning, Beamer. We'll try to get our space boys out the door today and get this Airlock on the station.
Fantastic. The execute package should be printing. You should see 44 pages shortly.
This is Mission Control Houston. This view from one of the cameras on the Canadarm2 space station robotic arm, looking straight down at the Airlock Quest. The Quest 18.5 feet long, 14.5 feet in diameter, comprised of the so-called equipment lock, which is the upper portion of this module, and the crew lock, which is the more cylindrical portion near the bottom of your screen. The Airlock, weighing 6.5 tons, will be lifted out of the payload bay. You can see on the left side of your screen the grapple pin to which the end effector of the Canadarm2 will affix itself once the spacewalk by Mike Gernhardt and Jim Riley gets underway.
Yes, welcome to Space Orders here. Thank you, man. This is pretty cool.
First television of the night from the elbow camera on Atlantis' robot arm, showing Jim Riley just outside of the outer hatch of the external airlock, beginning to work with Mike Gernhardt to set up the foot platform at the end of the end effector of the robot arm, the 50-foot-long shuttle robot arm.
Okay, Scorch, it's closed and latched. And about one of them. Yeah, I got them. Okay, Scorch, I've got the tether bundle on the arm, and it's now tethered both ends and third one to the bag. Okay, great. And Mike, it looks like we'll see you on the other end. Well, roger that. I'm heading down to drop it off. And Janet, you're free to maneuver. And JR, if you could just verify thermal cover, I guess that's what you're doing next. Yep. About another inch, JR. Okay. How's that look there? That's good. Okay, great. Okay, Scorch, I'm in starboard TFR, and this position is a little different, but I can reach the TA commands. Okay, great. And it's just the innermost, of course, that you have to do. Yeah.
This view from the Canadarm2 television cameras, showing the two spacewalkers working at the very rear of Atlantis' cargo bay, behind the Airlock Quest in the vicinity of the common berthing mechanism, the mating area of the airlock that will be latched onto the starboard mating port of the Unity module early Sunday morning.
Yeah, how's that position? If it's not where you want it, you go ahead and TCA from here. Okay. And Janet, if you can take me, let's get Mike back with me, and then we'll move. Yeah, I'm just gonna tuck this guy up here for a second. Keep it more stable. After that. Oh, there's a planet. How about that? Cool. Okay, that looks there, Jay. How's that? That's good. If you can bring me down.
Mike Gernhardt at the very top of your picture, Jim Riley on the right, standing on a foot platform at the end of the shuttle's robot arm as they attach guideposts, attach bars, and various other equipment on top of the airlock itself. This is in in advance of the actual attachment of the high-pressure gas tanks to the circumference of the airlock. This is basically attachment points and other associated hardware that will enable those 2 nitrogen and 2 oxygen tanks to be correctly installed on top of the airlock during spacewalks 2 and 3.
I feel like Marshal Dillon with this huge pistol. You are the Marshal. We might be able to get this on the move. I was going to say, we may not have to. Moving the moment. I go by the tape there, Jim. I'm going to put it on that Russian wire tie. How's that? Okay. I got it, buddy. All right, let me disconnect. All right, it's all yours, man. Okay, Janet, we're ready to go to the TSA. On the way to the TSA. And of course, I'm down to do hatch cams. And Janet, the items of interest are in MF 57M, upper drawer. You just need one more person in here to go on that hunt.
Jim Riley now moving just out of the field of view of the grapple fixture at the very top of the airlock quest. That is the grapple pin that the station robotic arm will latch onto by Susan Helms a short time from now to begin the process of unberthing the airlock out of the rear of Atlantis' cargo bay. The Payload Deployment and Retrieval Systems Officer here in Mission Control reports that the station robot arm has now removed its brakes and has begun motion down toward the airlock for the beginning of the procedures that Susan Helms will employ to grapple the 6.5-ton module, the newest component of the International Space Station that will provide a spacewalking capability for future station residents without the presence of a shuttle required.
Hey guys, how you doing, Fiddle? Doing great. JR, you got a good visual on me? Do not. Okay. I should be in front of you. Yeah, you're about 4 feet behind me.
The Atlantis Space Station complex approaching the northern coast of the continent of Australia at an altitude of 237 statute miles.
That was pretty spectacular. Boy, there's a lot of people in our office that really need to come see this. It is something else. That is for sure.
This view looking straight down at the grapple fixture at the top of the equipment lock portion of the airlock quest. Susan Helms just a few feet away from forming a tight grasp onto the grapple fixture as the first step in the unberthing of the 6.5-ton module.
Once you get that pad off, just give us a ring and we'll give the go for SRMS off. Roger that. Houston, Atlantis on Airground 2, how copy?
Houston copies on Airground 2, go ahead.
Yeah, we're on the Airlock Cal script. Just wanted to confirm with you that you have the VSC set the same.
Yes, we do. And note while I've got you, we need you to stay in the OSVS Cal position until
Houston, do you have time to talk about this on the loop, or do you want to just hold for the moment?
We need you to stay in the OSVS Cal position until you see that the SSRMS has gotten its focal calibration complete.
Okay, understand. We'll stay here until the SSRMS focal calibration is complete.
That's a good copy, and F stop for IMAX after 2038 is F8.
This is Mission Control Houston. Atlantis and the International Space Station now joined together for the past 27 hours, approaching the northwest coast of Australia near Shark Bay. As the station robotic arm continues its firm grasp of the airlock quest, everything going extremely smoothly with the maneuvering of the airlock towards its pre-install position near the starboard berthing port of the Unity module of the station.
Mike, JR, how's the view out there?
Pretty spectacular, Stevie. Tell you what.
All right, make sure you're looking around.
Tremendous sense of speed as well.
Mike and JR, this is Alpha. We're ready to make our final elbow pitch move in. Will you verify that you're clear of the node CBM?
DD1 is clear. DD2 is clear.
Okay, watch this.
Uh-oh. We're watching.
Jim Voss reporting that Susan Helms is ready to begin her final maneuver to the pre-install position towards the starboard berthing port on the Unity module. Mike Gernhardt and Jim Riley are standing by on either side of that so-called common berthing mechanism port, ready to assist both visually and manually if required to help with the fine alignment of the airlock to that berthing port.
Look this big in the cradle, I'll tell you. Like a big plate in the sky.
Yeah, seeing you guys in the background, you don't look very big compared to it. Even though you are Pillsbury Doughboys.
Susan Helms continues to maneuver the airlock to the pre-install position. And they have now arrived at the pre-install position just a couple of feet away from the metal-to-metal interface between the airlock's common berthing mechanism and the berthing port on the Unity module.
Atlantis, Houston on the big loop. AVU calibration is complete. You are go to move the arm, the shuttle arm, to the view airlock install position.
Copy, Katie, we'll put that in work.
And astronaut Mike Gernhardt, a little more than 4.5 hours into a spacewalk this morning, with the airlock quest now firmly attached to the Unity module, a doorway for the International Space Station. And as Mike Gernhardt looks on, the flight control team is now in the process of initiating or watching over the crew's shoulders during the initial bolt loading of the 16 bolts that are being now electrically driven to secure the airlock firmly and permanently to the Unity module of the space station. These bolts are driven in a 3-step fashion. The first 2 stages will be driven today, and then the third stage, the final stage of capture, will not occur until some 7 hours or so from now, to allow a thermal balance between the seals on the common berthing mechanism on the Unity side and the common berthing mechanism on the airlock side.
Looks like a painting, JR, over there. Yeah. Just talking about the Earth. Yeah. The pink cloud tops and the gray dust. It's beautiful, isn't it? It is.
Houston from Alpha. We're really pleased to have the airlock mated to the station, essentially completing phase 2 of the assembly of the International Space Station. Susan did a wonderful job of flying the arm today, getting the airlock on board. Alpha Houston, we concur, and again, thanks to everybody up there. Nice flying, Susan, and it's really wonderful to see the airlock there.
And a big thanks to Susan and Jim and our IV crew from the EV crew. Yes, indeed, an outstanding job. Well done. Sorry for the bad calls.
Hey, now you guys get those heaters plugged in.
We're working on it, partner. You guys about ready for a cup of coffee? Getting close, man. Getting close.
Alpha Houston on the big loop for Susan. Janet has the shuttle alarm clear right now, so we're ready for 3.205 airlock ungrapple.
Okay, we will put it in work.
JR, could you get up on the airlock and get guidepost 2 and 3 while I'm doing these handholds? Say again? You think you'd be able to translate up on the airlock and get in guidepost 2 and 3 while I'm doing this handhold? Is it possible? That would be something for you to do while I'm doing this. In fact, if the arm is not going to ungrapple for a while, I can slip up there and do this.
Arm in motion.
Okay.
And the Canadarm2 is now being maneuvered away from the airlock. Again, the U.S. airlock Quest now firmly and permanently attached to the International Space Station. The cables have already been attached after its installation by Mike Gernhardt.
You do too much of this, we might have to skip the last EVA. No, we won't. Okay, one of them is now loose and the other one is into the soft dock. And to release that, I just press this button, right?
Yeah, that's correct. You might have to try wiggling or something to see if it'll pop out, but that button you should be able to push in and it should pop.
I'm doing pretty much everything you can to come out.
You clicking your heels together and saying there's no place like home?
I could try that. Well, if you can see down here where my finger is, yeah, it doesn't look like it's in the shoe completely, Mike. But I know, but down here it's full of, well, look at the one right below it. I know. I agree, it doesn't look right.
Yeah, it doesn't look right. Can you pop that one out again?
No, this one doesn't pop.
That's what's binding it up, I think.
Right.
See how it scraped all the paint off there?
Yeah.
I think that's what's going on. I think that thing needs to be loosened.
Well, I got the bolt completely backed out, so there's no load on it.
It doesn't look like that thing's going all the way out.
It isn't.
And Atlantis, Houston, we've been talking about it down here, and what we'd like you to do is bring that handrail in, and we'll try another one tomorrow.
Okay, that sounds good.
Well, the only thing that didn't work on this CVA was one little handhold that's not really that important. I guess we ought to be happy.
Yeah, I think we can call it a total victory. I think we did well. And in spite of what Oscar says, this is not boring.
Yeah, really, Oscar.
And I know right now he's going, hey, I never said that.
Just because we made it look easy doesn't mean it's easy.
If we don't get an email from him tonight, we're going to be real disappointed.
Alpha Houston for Susan.
Go ahead, Mark.
Hello, Susan. I just wanted to say absolutely fantastic job today. It was quite a treat sitting down here watching you.
Well, thanks, Mark. Of course, I didn't do it alone. First of all, I had my trusty sidekick, Jim, with me, and Yuri, of course, was keeping things under control while we were doing this, but we obviously didn't do this without, thousands of people on the ground helping us out. And if it hadn't been for you guys and the plan you put together, we never would have gotten where we got today in such a timely way. So please thank Ian and Terry and Tim and Andrew and all the other folks. We'll have the full names later when the time comes, but we're so happy that they did such great work and pulled it all together, especially in light of all the problems we had with the arm 2 months ago. So thanks, Mark, and pass on my thanks to the whole team, and I think we know what you're doing tonight.
Yes, well, thank you, Susan. It was great to watch. Excellent job.
Those Canadians really know how to build great hardware, I tell you.
First views of the U.S. Airlock Quest on board the International Space Station.
And Atlantis, Alpha Houston, we're watching you on the live downlink now, and it looks great.
Inside the Quest airlock, on the left side in the view, flight engineer of the Expedition 2 crew, Susan Helms. In the center of the picture, the spacewalking astronaut Mike Gernhardt. In the very back of the airlock, in the crew lock portion, is the pilot of the shuttle mission, Charlie Hobaugh. He also served as the choreographer for the spacewalk, flight engineer for the shuttle, Janet Cavandi, on the right. And in the top of the picture, the spacewalking astronaut, Jim Riley, having completed his first spacewalk on his second voyage into space. The module actually can support spacewalks now with U.S. spacesuits and Russian spacesuits. The Russian spacesuits, called Orlan, can be stowed in this module as well, along with U.S. spacesuits called EMUs for extravehicular mobility units. The airlock has a number of components within it that help manage all of the spacewalking tasks. In the very back part is a cylindrical component of the airlock called the crew lock. That is a portion that can actually be sealed off and depressurized to the vacuum of space, so that the rest of the station, including the equipment lock where the crew members are currently floating, can remain at normal air pressure, the hatch would present a front porch view, if you will, of the Earth below as the astronauts exit the space station for maintenance and assembly tasks. Now back outside the airlock, looking back through the Unity node toward the Destiny laboratory. Susan Helms, Expedition 2 flight engineer, a member of the Expedition 2 crew on board the station since March 18th.
Yeah, do you still have downlink?
We have 3 more minutes, and then we have a 3 or 4 minute ZOE.
Okay, we'll run for 3 or 4 more minutes, then we're going to probably head back and start doing some more pre-sleep stuff.
Understand, and Steve, we really appreciate the video. There's a lot of guys down here that have enjoyed looking at it.
Well, we certainly enjoyed opening it up and going inside. It's a great day for the space program.
In a view of Shuttle Commander Steve Lindsay looking back toward the U.S. Airlock Quest. This view from the Unity module. The airlock now being supplied with 6 kilowatts of electrical power from the Destiny laboratory. That power being provided via 2 25-amp channels. That power is actually routed through the Unity module, utilizing some wiring that actually enters the airlock through the equipment lock portion.
Houston, Atlantis, do you still have video?
Yes, we lose it in 30 seconds, though.
Okay, we're going to do a quick ribbon cutting.
We're watching. Fantastic.
It's been a good day.